Welcome everybody back to the Mullet River Sprint Track. Today is the finals for the Take Team Sprints. We're gonna crown a champion today. Well, two of them, I guess. Here are your drivers. First team, Lily the Dog and Numbskull. Lily the Dog is driving car number 1 and Numbskull car number 9. Next up, we got Team 69. That's Mr. Dark and Arlo. They took group number 1 in the first round. Grey Wizard and DJ are up next in Team 77, both driving very fast Lotuses. Is Lotuses even a word? I don't know. Sneaky Bob and Big Mac are driving their Bugattis for Team 45. Bay City Daryl and Lone Star driving for Team 15. Beautiful cars there as well. They're fast. Then there is Puff and Snidely Whiplash. Those last two teams made it in by the skin of their teeth. We're going to see how they do today. Here are your rules. First 6 laps, the grid rotates clockwise. Last 5 laps, the grid goes by points. We call those the runoffs. First place gets 7 points, second place gets 5 points, and on down. Here we go with the Take Team Sprints finals. Lap 1, the grid was set by how many points they scored in the first round. Lily the Dog will be in row 1 in that pole position to start off because they earned the most points in the first round. Mr. Dark will be next to Lily, Big Mac and Grey Wizard in row 2. Row 3 will be Bay City Daryl and Puff. Here we go with lap 1. Lily the Dog takes off. She's in pole position, brings him on through and gets a hole shot into the hard left. Heading on down through Champ's Corner and will take lap 1. A little bit of a chaos behind them. We're going to have to see what happened in the back of the pack. Head on down to the carousel. Looks like both Lily and Big Mac get past Mr. Dark. Big Mac Precious coming through the hard left, and look at Grey Wizard doing hang 10s through both hang 10 and the Phil Collins corner. That slows everyone down behind Grey Wizard, and you can see Grey Wizard flip it right through Champ's Corner. Mr. Dark barely gets by and does finish the lap, but that is a triple DNF. Your finishing order for lap 1 is Lily the Dog, Big Mac, and then if you watch closely here, that is Mr. Dark just barely making his way across that finish line, doing about 2 miles an hour. Lap 2 grid. Mr. Dark is going to have a chance to redeem himself from the pole position. DJ will also be in that front row. Numbskull and Snidely Whiplash will be in row 2. Sneaky Bob and Lone Star will start from row 3. Team 9-1 are your current leaders. Here we go with lap 2. Mr. Dark takes him on down to the carousel, gets that hole shot, heads through hang 10 corner, a lot of spinning behind him. Mr. Dark takes lap 2 with DJ in second. We're gonna have to go to the replay here. That looks like Lone Star on the side of the track. Here is the replay, heading on down to the carousel. The group is pretty together here. DJ shuts down Numbskull from getting that second place, but spins on down the hill, and everyone just seems to start spinning behind him. And there goes Lone Star right off the Phil Collins corner. You can almost smell that coming in there tonight. I know, I had to throw that in there. Anyways, watch this tumble that he takes. Your finishing order for lap 2 is Mr. Dark, DJ, Sneaky Bob, Numbskull, and then Snidely Whiplash. Here is your grid for lap 3. Grey Wizard and Whiplash will be up front. Mr. Dark and Bay City Daryl will be in the middle. Lily the Dog and Big Mac will be in that row 3. Team 69 with the race lead. Team 9-1 right behind them. Grey Wizard takes him on down to the carousel. Mr. Dark right behind him, going from 3rd to 2nd through Champ's Corner, and that is a fast lap for the Grey Wizard. Oh, it looks like a little traffic jam right at the finish line. Some hard hits. Here's a replay. You can just see Grey Wizard take off. A little bit of spinning in the back, but everybody gets through pretty easily this time. You can see from the Phil Collins corner how slow Bay City Daryl and Big Mac are going. They must have gotten into it with each other. Your finishing order for lap 3. Grey Wizard, Mr. Dark. Puff comes sliding into 3rd. Lily the Dog takes a shot, getting 4th place with Bay City Daryl and then Big Mac. Here's your grid for lap 4. You have Puff and Lone Star up front, DJ and Sneaky Bob in the middle. Mr. Dark and Numbskull will be row 3. The big news coming out is that in that shot that Bay City Daryl just gave Lily the Dog, the body of her car came separated away from the chassis. Here is lap 4, more on that later. Coming on down, and it's Whiplash getting passed by Lone Star. We lost the car, but Lone Star takes it with a traffic jam at the end. We're going to try to have to see who finished where. Lone Star making the pass on the hill, getting the hole shot, bunching up behind him, and it looks like Mr. Dark took a ride. Here you're gonna be able to see that. Let's slow that down. Just tumbling towards the paddock. Lone Star puts on the block coming down that home stretch towards the finish line. And that is where everybody catches up to him. It's Lone Star, Whiplash, DJ, Sneaky Bob, the Numbskull. And I wish we had that in slow motion. I'm sorry that we didn't. Lap 5, grid, Bay City, Daryl, Big Mac up front, Puff, Lily the Dog in the middle, Grey Wizard, and Mr. Dark. Now, we don't fix cars in the middle of a race, so all we did was put that body on top of the chassis for Lily the Dog. We're gonna see how it rides. Bay City Daryl takes the whole shot. Lily the Dog passing Big Mac. That body just sitting on the chassis still has speed. Bay City Daryl took the lap. Let's take a look at the replay. Bay City Daryl gets a whole shot with Big Mac behind him, but then Lily the Dog says, I'm out of here. Passes both Puff and Big Mac. Puff tries to get past Big Mac as well, just can't do it. Your finishing order is Bay City Daryl getting some much needed points. Lily the Dog, Big Mac, the Grey Wizard, Puff, and then Mr. Dark bringing up the end. Sorry about the weird video. I don't know if that's... Maybe aliens are coming down Independence Day. I don't know. Here we go. Lap 6 grid. Sneaky Bob and Numbskull are up front. Lone Star and Arlo. Arlo making his first appearance in this race. And then Whiplash and DJ bringing up row 3. Right now, Lily the Dog and Numbskull are in first place. Second place is Team 69 with a tie for third. Here's Sneaky Bob in your pole position, gets the whole shot. Numbskull right behind him challenging. Sneaky Bob doing everything he can to stay out front and get some extra points here. Let's go to the replay. Sneaky Bob did take that lap 6. Heading through the carousel, both Numbskull and Arlo get past Lone Star, and so does DJ. A lot of passing in that first couple of corners. Heading through the Phil Collins corner here, you can see that Lone Star challenges DJ again, but DJ through the block. Your finishing order is Sneaky Bob, Numbskull, Arlo, DJ, Lone Star, Whiplash. Here's your grid for lap 7. It's the start of the runoffs in the finals. Lily the Dog will be up front with Big Mac, Grey Wizard, and Arlo in row 2. Lone Star and Puff in row 3. Team 91 is leading by 3 points. 5 points separates first place to fourth place. Let's go to the runoffs. Lily in pole position brings him on down to the carousel, gets a good jump. Looks like the Grey Wizard got past Big Mac. Lily takes him all the way through the finish. Let's check the replay here. I'm surprised on how these drivers were a little bit more conservative in this lap. It's time to go. You see Lily here take off. She does just have that body of her car just sitting on top of the chassis unconnected. Still leading and taking laps. You can see that she doesn't have the speed. The cars are catching up to her. But she still takes lap 1 of the runoffs. Lap 7 overall. Here is lap 8. Team 91 still is in your first place position, so Numbskull will be in the pole position. Sneaky Bob next to him. DJ and Arlo will be in the second row. Lone Star and Whiplash will be in row 3. Team 45 does have the tiebreaker over Team 77, so that's why they get to stay in that front row. Here we go with lap 8. Numbskull taking him on down to the carousel. Gets a whole shot. Sneaky Bob right behind him. And Sneaky Bob actually has the lead and finishes first. Where did Numbskull go? There is Lone Star and Snedley Whiplash. I do not see Numbskull. We're going to have to go to the replay to find out what happened here. The cars are all together heading on down to the carousel, and Numbskull, DJ challenges Sneaky Bob for second, but Sneaky Bob shuts the door on that. They come around the hard left, and it just looked like Numbskull might have caught a wheel in the hang 10 corner. And here we go. Yeah, he flew right off the Phil Collins, and you know what? Took the entire landscape with him. This DNF literally opens the door for so many teams to get back in it. It's going to really shake up the points. We have to see it. Your finishing order for this lap. Sneaky Bob, DJ, and Arlo. Man, I'm just waiting on these points. And here it is. It's a tie for first place. Team 91 does get the tiebreaker, but teams first place through fourth place have a 4-point difference. 29 points, 33 points. Everybody is back in this. Here we go with lap number 9. Something's wrong with Puff, just stays at the starting block, but Lily leads him on down, gets the whole shot, is getting challenged by the Grey Wizard. Grey Wizard's in first place, heading through champs, and finishes first. Lily the Dog second. Let's check the replay here. Only 5 cars heading down. I don't know what's wrong with Puff. Lily gets the whole shot, and here comes Gray Wizard. You kind of wonder what's going on with Lily with that whole chassis body separation thing. I can't believe she's still on the track at all, but it looks like she's running slower. Your finishing order is Gray Wizard, Lily the Dog, Big Mac, Bay City Daryl, and then Arlo. Arlo falling way behind. And for the first time tonight, we're going to have a different team in the pole position. Gray Wizard and DJ, Team 77, are up front. It'll be Numbskull next to him. Then Sneaky Bob and Arlo will be in row 2. Lone Star and Snidely Whiplash will be in row 3. Here is DJ leading him on down to the carousel. He's got to take advantage of this. DJ crashes. There is Sneaky Bob in front all the way to the finish. Numbskull tried to catch him at the end there. Couldn't do it. DJ, that looks like Whiplash and Lone Star are all DNFs for this lap. That'll shake things up again. Let's take a look what happened. Heading on down through the carousel, and looks like DJ just goes off the track coming out of the carousel, flips it and nails Numbskull coming out of the hard left. Slowed everybody down. DJ on his roof, sliding through Phil Collins into Champs. Just heartbreak working your way all the way up in the first. Team 77 has a DNF, but they're not out of it. We're going to have to take a look at the points here. That is Sneaky Bob, Numbskull, and then Arlo finishing. Here is your last lap. This is lap 11, everybody. And there is a tie between Team 91 and 45 for the lead. Gray Wizard and DJ drop all the way down to third. Mr. Dark and Arlo are still in it. Teams 15 and 13 are racing for pride, but this is going to be a crazy finish. Lily the Dog will be in the pole position, but she's not at 100%. Through the carousel, gets the whole shot. Through hang 10, Gray Wizard spins. Lily is home free, but no! Did the Gray Wizard just take that lap? We're going to have to see here. That was a crazy finish. There is Big Mac upside down. It doesn't look like Bay City Daryl or Puff finished. Let's take a look at what happened here. Lily's got the lead heading down the hill. Here's Arlo flipping Big Mac. And then Gray Wizard spins and Arlo hits Gray Wizard in Champ's corner. That gives him a good push, but Lily just slows down, having trouble with the car. And here comes Gray Wizard, and oh my gosh, Arlo also passed Lily the Dog. I do not know what's going to happen here with the points. But I don't know, did Gray Wizard pull this off? Bay City Daryl does finish, breaks the laser there, gets a point. We have a tie. Team 91 and 77. We're going to lap 12. It says lap 12 there. Team 45 still in it with 42 points, and Team 69 with 40 points. Here's our overtime rules. We're going to overtime for the first time here. Here are our overtime rules. Everyone's still in it. The team switch cars every lap. Sudden death, which means the first time someone is in first place, not tied with anyone else, they win it all. Points continue. Here we go with overtime sudden death lap 12. All the cars have switched from the last lap. Numbskull taking him down to the carousel. Has Sneaky Bob behind him fighting with DJ. Numbskull spins before the Phil Collins car and takes him through Champs. And just like that, we have our champions of the Take Team Sprints. Let's take a look at the overtime lap. Everyone heads on down to the carousel. These guys were all fighting for it, and that gave Numbskull just enough to get out in front. They kind of catch him by the time they run into Phil Collins' corner. They could not get around him. DJ doing some blocking, trying to squeeze out Sneaky Bob through Champ's corner. Hold on to that second place. Here you can see Numbskull just getting out in front of everybody, saving it for Lily the Dog. The Team 9-1 is your champions of the Take Team Sprints here at the Mullet River Sprint Track. Your final order for this last lap was Numbskull, DJ, Mr. Dark passes Sneaky Bob at the end, Lone Star, and then Whiplash. Here's your final points. Team 9-1 taking the whole thing with 53 points. 2 points behind them to Team 77. Third place goes to Team 45. Team 69 only 1 point behind third place. Takes fourth place. Teams 15 and 13, both when they were in front, they showed they had speed, but it just wasn't their day. Your fastest lap of the day goes to Gray Wizard with a 4.4538. That does not beat the track record. Still belongs to Daddy G at a 4.3732. Scorcher of a lap. I want to say thank you to all these drivers that sent cars in. I am so honored to have a lot of the best of Diecast racing here at our track. We're going to take a little break for about a month or so, but we are posting another race tomorrow on redline.com that will take place in September. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time here at the Mullet River Sprint Track.